Great morning, you guys. Come on in. It's been a few days, y'all. Come on. While y'all coming in, I'm just participating in my morning ritual. Come on, y'all. Great morning. Great morning. Needed that extra kick. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and share the broadcast. Y'all, look, I'm going to tell y'all now. Hmm, my dad is showing out. And I'm talking about my heavenly father this time. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Who's here and where you are tuning in from. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So, one of the things that I have um, discovered is that we're in a season where not only is God moving suddenly, but he's moving in unexpected ways, but all of it is coming back together. All of it is circling around. So literally, we're in a season where God is moving suddenly. It may not make sense, but all of it circles back around and comes together. So I've been watching him reveal things and give revelation. I've been watching him move and maneuver. I've been watching him shift and sort. And in all of this and everything that's going on, it's all designed for him to get the glory. It's all designed for it to work out in your favor, for your good. And it's up to us to make the decision to take the journey, because that's exactly what it is. It's a journey. We want it to be a straight line. We want to go from point A to point B. We want to turn on the GPS and the GPS gets us directly there. And that's not what's happening in this season. So if you're in a place where you're not experiencing that, like you're experiencing where like things are shifting around you and what looked like it should have been a straight line isn't a straight line, don't panic. Panic not. Fear not. Okay. Because God is moving. It just is not going to look the way you thought it was going to look. It's just not. It's just not. I had to resign myself to that fact. And in resigning myself to that fact, I also opened up the door for God to do it the way that He wants to do it, not necessarily the way I want it done, not the way that makes me feel comfortable, not the way that is automatically what I desire. So when you accept that God is moving and doing it and he's doing it the way he wants to do it, then you alleviate some of that pressure off of you. A lot of times we find ourselves feeling pressed and feeling pressure and feeling like it's got to happen this way. It's got to happen now. It's gotta, but that's not what God is doing. So panic not, fret not, stress not, fear not. You see all them knots, right? Because when we do those things, then we are in a knot. And God still can't do what he wants to do. This thing look like it's acting a little crazy. It is. Y'all bear with me though, because this is going to be good. I know y'all just I'm gonna get my Wi-Fi together. I'm gonna get it together. Y'all just give me a minute. I'm gonna get it together. You know, it's just hard out here in the country, okay? But if you press through, if you press through, he who pressed through gets a word, okay? So in this season of suddenly, in this season of circle, spiral, everything except a straight line, basically. Like that's what God is doing. You can't quit because it doesn't look the way you want it to look. Now it's easy to quit. Sometimes it may seem like it would make sense to quit, but you can't quit. Hey Sydney, how you doing, boo? You can't quit. So it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't even matter what it feels like. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, it doesn't matter what it feels like. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, it don't always feel good. Not in this season. This is not the feel good season. This is the season where you be feeling like something wrong with you. You feel like you're going crazy or something. Like this don't make no sense. Like, am I falling under the wrath of God because this stuff is not happening the way that I thought that it would happen? But baby, let me tell you something. It's working for your good. Every bit of it is working for your good. When they think they're getting over on you, no, no, no. It's working for your good. Now, they may not see it and you may not see it in that moment, but it is working for your good. All of it is designed to get you to the place that God is taking you to. Every single bit of it. There is nothing that is happening in your life, has happened in your life, or will happen in your life that doesn't work for your good. Did y'all hear what I said? Whether you know it's working for your good or not, it's irrelevant. It is absolutely working for your good. You have to trust the process. Now, our problem, of course, is as always, we don't want the process. We don't trust the process. We think that it's supposed to just happen. We want the magical one, like everybody else got, where you just put this in and this come out. But you put that in and nothing comes out, and you put something else in and nothing comes out, and you put something else in and nothing comes out. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all of this stuff just starts coming out all at once. Well, it's not out of nowhere. It's not out of nowhere, literally. Literally, it's not out of nowhere. It is what you put in and what you put in and what you put in. And even though it didn't come out immediately, baby, it's coming out. You're going to reap the harvest. You can't think that you sow. You can't think that you plant and nothing is going to be produced. No, it's not going to happen like that. You can't think that God is going to put inside of you a promise for you to give birth to, for you to deliver, and nothing's going to come out. No, it may not come out when you want it, but it's going to come out right on time. It may not come out how you want it, but it's going to come out right on time. It may not come out when you want it, but it's going to come out right on time. You just got to know that. And you got to know that you know that you know. Well, Dr. V, I've been putting in and 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 putting in, 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 putting in, putting in, putting in, and nothing's come out. Baby, you know what that means? Do you understand what that means? If you've been putting in and 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 putting in, 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 and nothing's come out, it means when it comes out, baby, the world is gonna know that they know that they know. So would you rather put in and it immediately comes out, or putting in, 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 and then it come out, bam, $1 million? What? Seemingly from nowhere, but it's not from nowhere. Engagement and marriage to the person of your dreams. What? A business that explodes. What? That body you've been wanting. What? Because you just was putting in and 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 putting in. I'm telling you, that breakthrough point is different for everyone. But baby, when it comes, it's worth it. It's worth it. God needs you to be encouraged. It's not in vain. It is not in vain. It feels like it's in vain. It feels like nothing is happening. It feels like that. But sometimes God won't let us see everything that's happening because we get lazy. We've been in March Madness. It's the basketball season. So, everything is going on and games are being played. But can I tell you something? There will be some teams who have been putting in and 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 putting in, and they haven't gotten their due. They haven't gotten respect. People sleep on them. People think that they're not a threat, but it works for their good because then they can come in without all that pressure, right? And do what they do, make it happen, get it done, and win. Champions are not born on game day. Champions are born on practice days. It is in your practice days, it is in the process that the champion in you is birthed. See, true champions, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many obstacles they face. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter. They just keep pressing and keep going, knowing that it is their destiny to win. It's my destiny to win. It's my destiny to come out on top. It's my destiny. It's what God promised me. It is my birthright to win. And I need you to understand that it's your destiny to win. Now, whether or not you make it to winning day, it's going to be determined by you, because you may decide to quit. That's the only way you don't win, is if you quit. That's it. So you mean to tell me, Dr. V, if I keep living, if I keep going, that I'm destined to win? Yeah, it's your destiny. Now, does that mean that you're going to get there without any change or without any struggle or without any trials or without any strife? I didn't say that. But you got to keep going to even think that you might get there. So I'm going to share this with you guys. Um, I've always been good at certain things. There's certain things that I've always been good at, right? And it just would come to me. It would come to me easily. um Education, learning, knowledge, like that. That's one of those things that, you know, generally comes to me pretty easily. Like I learn things pretty easily. I think the thing that probably taxed me the most was trading. Forex trading, binary trading. Trading is the thing, because I was like, I'm freaking brilliant, why can't I get this? And I would be watching other people, and so this is the truth, y'all, and I want y'all to hear this. Even though I'm a good trader, right? I'm good. Like I can recognize the setups. I can listen. My lack of discipline is my biggest problem. It wasn't that I didn't see the trades, I didn't get the trade. It was my lack of discipline that was my problem. See, I can understand it all day long, but in the implementation, if I don't exercise discipline, if I don't stop when I say I'm going to stop, if I don't, set clear goals and follow them, if I don't over leverage, if I don't take, I'll get that stuff together. It doesn't matter. No matter how much I win, I'm going to lose. That's the truth, right? So that was the challenge. Does it mean that I can't trade? No, it means I got to get my discipline together. I got to get my mind together. Because if we feel like we're in deficit mode, I'm telling you, when we feel like we're behind the time, when we feel like we're in a delay, what we'll do is we'll try to do everything immediately. We'll try to make it all happen immediately and then be frustrated when it doesn't happen the way we want it to happen. This journey that I'm on has been challenging. Not because I'm not loved, not because my daddy didn't accept me, but it's been challenging because I like for things to move. I like for things to go. I like, that's just me. Like I'm not that person that is gonna take forever. Like I like just get it done. Just make it happen. And when it doesn't happen like that for me, that's frustrating to me. Like I don't like that. I don't like the way it feels. I feel slowed up. I feel, like delayed. I don't like the feeling of delay. But sometimes God will put a delay on things in order to work some things out. Sometimes God will hold some things up in order to get them right. Dating is the same way. Like, I just want to meet the one. That's all. I don't want to have to kiss no frogs. I don't want to have to date people and just sort through. And I don't want to have to do all that. I just want to meet the one. Meet the one, know it's the one, he know I'm the one, and we just be the one together, period. Bam. There it is, done. That's not It's not what's happening in my life right now. Okay. So when we understand and we recognize those things about us, then we have to be willing to let God take us through the process that we've got to go through. And do you know what I realized? I realized something. So y'all know I'm in Gates, North Carolina. Ain't nobody in Gates, North Carolina. It ain't nobody in Gates. It's not like I'm going to go to the grocery store. We don't have a real grocery store. We got a grocery store, but this is a grocery store and gas station. Okay, anyway, I ain't talking about Gates, y'all. I want y'all to understand that. For anybody who is from Gates, just know I'm not talking. I'm just talking about the reality of it compared to where I came from, right? In Tampa, I could be out and run into somebody in the gym, at the grocery store, at Starbucks. Well, Wawa for me, that's but anywhere, right? At an event, that's not happening for me at Gates. So I'm engaged in internet dating. Okay. And I realized something. I'm gonna tell y'all what I realized, right? And I know people say, oh, nobody internet date. A lot of people engage in internet dating because they don't go nowhere. Number where y'all don't want me to engage in internet dating, find him for me. Find him. Okay. That's what y'all do. Find him. But those that, yeah, you need to be internet date, find him and ship him to me to Gates, North Carolina. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But this is what I discovered. Everything is not what you think it is. Everything is not what you think it is. So, this is what I've been noticing. What I've been noticing is that I will encounter men, and there's a reason that I encounter them. As I share my story with them, there's something that they need to hear, or there's something they're processing through. And the thing about men is this: a lot of times men won't process through things openly, but they'll process through some things with a woman that they won't like they won't really talk about it, but it's something that's bothering them, but they won't process it, right? And so I'll be having a conversation. I say, okay, this is ministry. This is processing. Okay. Do my assignment, keep it moving, right? Oh, this comes. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. That's okay. They needed to hear my daddy's story, or uh they need to hear my story because they could relate to my story because they were going through something similar, except it was the other side. Or, oh, they don't know their dad. And my story is designed to spark in them a desire for them to know their dad, or to be willing to take the risk and take the journey. Like, just understanding that. So I know that while I may or may not find the one through internet dating, that's not the point. The point is that God is increasing my reach and my contact. Other thing that He wanted me to see was that I stand out. I stand out. Um, I joke, I tease. Um, I'll be talking about, oh, I'm fine, fine. But the truth of the matter is, after you go through so many things in your life, you can begin to feel like, well, maybe something's wrong with me. Now, that's just the truth. When you experience any rejection throughout your life, or you've experienced rejection in your life, or like for me, it was not being raised by my parents, um, feeling like I wasn't wanted, feeling like I wasn't good enough, that deposited seeds in me that sometimes get triggered and germinated by things that happen around me, or that happen in my life that may have absolutely nothing to do with me, and everything to do with what people are going through, or whatever it is, or even it's God protecting me. But you begin to internalize things and you think something's wrong with you. Listen, whatever that thing is for you, whether it is rejection, abandonment, not feeling like you're enough, not feeling like you're smart enough, not feeling like you're good enough, not feeling like you are qualified, like whatever that thing is in you, I need you to know this. And I want y'all to hear me real clearly. God created you specifically the way He created you. He chose your parents. He chose the context and the situation in which you would be conceived. He chose what your childhood would be like. Now listen, when I say this, well, let me change my terminology. Okay. He knew. But do you know what he also knew? He knew you had everything inside of you that you would need to overcome any challenges or obstacles that you faced. He knew. He knew you could get through it. The same way he knew Job could, he knew you could. So stop internalizing everything, thinking that it means something's wrong with you, thinking that you somehow failed God, thinking that somehow you faked your way into. And know that everything that you need to be successful is already inside of you. He's given you the ability to obtain wealth. So if you don't have wealth, it's because you're looking for wealth outside of you instead of inside of you. Find that thing inside of you that God has given you that will bring you wealth. Don't be afraid to take a risk. Don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to bet on you. There's a reason for everything. And as you go throughout today, I need you to understand that everything that's happening right now in your life is designed to get you to a point. And the only thing that prevents you from getting to that point is you, not anybody else, not what they think about you, not how they feel about you, whether they like you or not, think you're qualified or not. Like all of that's irrelevant. What prevents you is you. You're not betting on you. You're not doing what you need to do. You're not choosing you. Choose you, bet on you. Trust that God in you is greater than whatever you encounter in the world. Understand it won't be a straight line. For some people, it may look like a straight line, but most people, it's not going to be a straight line. It's more going to be like a spiral. It's going to be some overlap. You might go down again, come back up. Like, I don't know what it's going to look like over the hills and through the woods. Like, I don't know, but I know this. If you keep believing, if you keep trusting, if you keep going, if you keep evolving and allowing God to do what he needs to do in you and through you, you'll get there. So with that said, y'all, look, know this. Know that I love you and I believe in you. I love you and I believe in you. And I believe with everything in me that you are amazing and incredible and enough and worthy and deserving of all the things that God has promised you. Let me say that again. Know that I believe in you. I believe that you are enough, that you are worthy, that you are lovable, that you are loved, that you are intelligent, that you are amazing, that you are incredible and creative, that everything that you need is already inside of you, that God has gifted it to you already in advance, that you are rich, rich in spirit, rich in mind, that you are wealthy. All of those things, anything that you desire is yours if you choose it. But you got to choose it, and you got to choose you, and you got to be willing to go through the process, no matter what the process looks like or feels like. It's for your good. Like everything is working together for your good. You know why? Because you win. In the end, you win. I win. We win. So when you look at other people, I just saw one of my friends, one of my Facebook friends, she just got engaged, right? And I'm like, girl, congratulations. You deserve it. And guess what? You deserve what God has promised you to. May not come as quickly as it came for somebody else, but I promise you, it will be every bit worth the wait. Look, you guys, know that God is for you and not against you. I declare and decree that everything you touch prospers, and every place your feet tread, God's given you dominion, that you have authority. Walk in it, that it is yours. Take it, possess it. Is somebody on here? You've been asking God. Oh my God. Mm, mm, mm. You've been asking God, shall I pursue? God, shall I pursue? Shall I pursue? And I heard God say, pursue, you shall recover it all. I don't know who else that was for, but I know I felt that in my spirit because there was something that I've been asking God about. I said, God, I don't want to move. until you give me permission. I don't want to move. God, you last time, God, And I heard him say, pursue, you shall recover it all. So it doesn't matter what's happened. When God tells you to pursue, pursue and know that it's yours. Look, you guys, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah.